Provide for the residents due to the loss of the tax base is going to be the major issue with the plant closing.
Consumers says that they've been working with the community to try and figure out what's going to happen next. Can you talk a little bit about what they've been able to do or what the plan has been on their behalf?
Sure. There is, you know about the steering committee. Okay. And Crystal and I have been both active in the steering committee. And then basically the whole purpose of the steering committee is for the repurposing of the property that the plant sits on at this time.
And I know they recently conducted a soybean plant study as part of the county as one potential thing. Nothing obviously has been decided. They have several years that they're going to kind of look at and determine what might be the best use of that facility.
Right. Well, at the beginning of this process, when the steering committee was first formed, all the members were told by consumers that the property would never be sold.
Right, and that's what we had been initially told too, that it would never be sold.
Never be sold. And then maybe, well, actually it was August 27th, we were advised that the plant would be put up for sale.
And that was August of 2015?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So obviously that was welcomed news.
Right. And it has its great benefits to that. One is with the plans the way it stood, the plant would not even be demolished until, I believe, 2020. And this way, if the plant is sold, the potential buyer or the buyer would have 2 years to have the plant dismantled.
City's perspective.
Well, one of the major questions that we get is, well, where are we going to get our electricity from? And we're trying to educate them that the energy that is produced at the Whiting plant is put out on a grid and then dispersed to where it's needed by all the different power companies.
Right, so they're not going to lose services, which,
No.
I think would have been people who may not have paid attention, oh my gosh, our plant's closing, how am I going to get electricity?
And believe it or not, there are still people out there that don't believe the plant is going to close.
Interesting.
Yes. That is, that's never going to happen. But, we're trying to educate them to what's going on at the plant site.
Sure.
And also with that education, why we're doing what we're doing here in the city as far as reduction and some of the things that have been done that's been passed on to the residents because of the closing of the plant. And I think the better educated they are, the more they will understand why we do what we do. Basically, the master plan didn't have a lot to do with the Consumers Energy because we kind of knew at that point.
Okay.
But we're working on our downtown area, redeveloping it, hoping to bring business in. So we're hoping to get that started in July with the new streetscape plan. I believe that something will become of the property back there. I just don't believe it's going to be a brownfield and stay a brownfield when they're done with the demolition of the plant. I believe with the people that are working, Consumers Energy, the steering committee, the city, everybody working to repurpose that property, it will be repurposed sooner than later, I would hope.